So now that we're about halfway through VEDA, I wanted to stop and talk about like how things were going and what I've learned so far and why I'm doing this. My first week of VEDA went super well, but I also knew what I was getting into beforehand, so I prepped myself really well. I pre-filmed a lot of videos, so my entire first week was pretty much pre-filmed, so I didn't really have to do anything except for respond to comments. And then I got to the second week. Week 2 was where I started falling a little bit behind where I should be. During week 1, I should have been filming week 2's videos. I should have stayed on top of it, but I didn't. I just watched videos and commented on things instead, which there's nothing wrong with that. But that meant when I got to week 2, I didn't have a whole lot of stuff to put up that I'd pre-recorded. For the most part, I had pre-recorded the night before so it would publish in the morning, and that was sort of towards the beginning of the week. I think a couple of times I had pre-recorded 2 in a row or something like that, so I was for the most part 1 or 2 days ahead, but that's a much shorter time frame. So by the end of the week I had kind of sort of started to fall off the wagon because I didn't have anything for the 13th and I didn't feel like doing anything, so there were 2 videos on the 14th, and now I'm back on track. I am doing this the night before, and it will be ready to be watched in the morning when you are watching it. I presume, if you're watching it right away. It might be afternoon by now. So what I have found is that it is much easier to batch film videos, at least for me, because this whole talking to a camera thing is a little bit awkward if we're really to be honest here. And it becomes less awkward the more you sit in front of the camera and do it. So I find that like once I've sat down and I've gotten in the groove and in the mood, it all comes out very quickly. But when I'm just filming 1 video at a time, it's much more painful because I'm not in that groove and not in that mood. So it doesn't feel great. So there is an argument to doing a bunch of them ahead, at least for me. So Sarah and Kevin over at Video were talking about their reasons for why they're doing VEDA, and I thought it would be good to answer that question while I'm talking about this whole what have I learned stuff, because I think why I'm doing it is also important. And for me, why I'm doing it is really just a personal thing. I'm not trying to impress anybody at all. I have no great grand plan for my channel at this point. I am just doing this to create something every day, or almost every day, to publish something every day. There is something here almost every day. I surprisingly have not had a crisis of why am I doing this, but my why is pretty simple. It's just I'm trying to get comfortable making videos, telling stories, being consistent at something. And at this point, it doesn't have to be great and it doesn't have to change the world. It just has to exist. And by existing, it is good. So that's how VEDA is going for me. How's it going for you? Let me know down in the comments, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.